This is a review of the Ivation HD 720p dual wide-angle view lens for a dash cam for your vehicle. Inside the box, you'll find a complete instruction manual. You'll find a DC power adapter for your car. You'll find a memory chip that plugs into here. It's a micro SD chip. What comes with it is an 8 gigabyte chip of Class 6 speed. To be honest with you, I would recommend that you use a 32 gigabyte with a Class 10 chip, and that way you can record more video without having it overlap. You'll also find the dual camera piece itself with a built-in GPS. You'll find a night vision lighting assembly. You'll find a mounting bracket. You'll find 2 mounting pads to mount this bracket with, and you'll find some clips to route the wires. This cord here is extremely long. The cord itself is 13 feet long, which is exceptionally long, and you'll see 2 plugs on it. One of the plugs will plug into the camera itself, and the other plug will plug in and power this night vision lighting piece that will come on in the dark and light up the inside of your car. These little wiring clips over here have adhesive on the back of them, and you can remove those little red tags, and they become very sticky, and you can stick them on and take the wiring that you have and tuck into this little clip so it doesn't flop around. These pieces here, there's 2 of them. You can apply them, one of them to the back of this, stick it to your windshield to mount the camera. I do wish that this had 2 of these in the kit. If you have a second car and you want to switch this back and forth, it'd be nice to have one, because once you stick this on a windshield, it's not going to easily come off. As I mentioned, there's 2 plugs on here. Well, one of the plugs will plug into the power input here on the top, and that powers this unit. This bulge you see here is actually the GPS. It knows where you're at when it's turned on and the power's on. This is the infrared lighting source, and if you notice here, you'll see an adhesive piece here. If you're going to use this for your car, you peel this off and you stick it to the bottom of this, facing into your car, and that way it lights up the car and can record what's going on in the car. As I mentioned, you can take one of these and stick it onto here. If you look at this, down inside of here, there's some little bitty guides here on the side, on the edge, and if you look at the back of this, there's some guides right here. Once you mount this on your windshield, you take this piece, you slide it down on the windshield, it'll be sloped at the windshield, and you take this bottom piece and aim it up so it's aiming directly into the car. That way you have the right angles for the viewing of the camera lens here, and also here, they're facing straight forward and straight back. On the side here is where you plug in this SD card. You slide that in there very carefully, press it down, it locks into place, and after it's all the way in there, it stays in. You slide this lever down, this little flap down on the back, and what it does, it covers the card so it's not going to pop out accidentally. Here you can see the port here. That's a mini USB port. Next to that here, you'll see a video input port, so you can put a rear-facing camera at the back of your car if you like. And then in addition to that, here you see a little video out port that will allow you to connect it to a monitor and play the video. Here you can see a speaker port, so it does have a speaker in it. It also has a microphone down here. These are indicators. The first one there is the LED indicator for the power off and on. It's red. The second one over here is a blue one, and it's for a GPS, and it tells you when it's locked up. The next one over is a yellow one, and it tells you when the microphone is off and on. This button here on the left with the little white dot on it is the power off on button, and the one next to it has a white square on it. It's the mic button and also the memory card format button. This little red triangle is the manual record button. The beauty of this is you put it in your car and it's recording what's going on in front of you and what's going on in your car. It can even be set up to record the voices. With the GPS on it, it's recording where you're at, how fast you're going, and with the right software on your computer, you can read that out and actually follow your course on a map, including your speed and other information. In addition to this, there's also a G sensor, and the G sensor will measure the G-force in your car, and if you are struck by somebody, or you turn too sharply or hit your brakes too hard for whatever reason, it will record that information for you. This can be set up to record continuously, or only to record on event. You can't be assured that it's always going to come on for an event, so to me, a continuous recording seems to be the best option. It's designed to record on the card that I showed you that I put in there. The bigger the card, the more data you can put on it. In addition to that, when the card is full, it erases the oldest files and rewrites the new ones in the same place. The nice purpose to have this is there's several of them. One, do you have a teenage driver and you often wonder how good they are or what's going on when they're out with their friends? With this, you really know. If they unplug it, it's not recording, you know something's going on. If it's recording and something happens, you have a visual record of it. In addition to that, we all know the effects of road rage today. This way, if something happens, you've got a recording of it. If you have an accident, you have a recording of it. So it's good insurance to protect yourself. With this rear-facing camera and this light, you can actually record what's going on in your car. If the kids aren't paying attention and they're driving and messing with the radio or fighting amongst themselves or just cutting up and not paying attention to their driving, you're recording their course, their speed, the G-forces the car is experiencing, and also you can see what's going on inside the car. This records in high quality 720p HD video at 30 frames per second. The GPS system records your position and speed and also links the information with Google Maps so you can follow your route on the computer. As I mentioned, it does have automatic activation if it's not recording continuously. That way, if you have an accident and the G sensor detects it properly, it will start recording and record the 15 seconds before and the 15 seconds after the event. When you're set up in the continuous recording method, it starts recording from the moment the engine starts. In the event recording method, like I mentioned, it only starts when it sees the G-forces that something has happened to your car. Both cameras, front and back, are also night vision cameras. This is a nice handy device, and it's something that you can install in your car pretty quickly, and it will help you to protect yourself. Here you can see the angle of the windshield, for example, and here's the front-facing and rear-facing camera. This angle should be mounted up close to the driver's side near the rear-facing mirror on the windshield. That way it's not blocked by any type of wires that are embedded in the windshield, and the GPS system can locate your position quickly and accurately. This is a good safety device to have. It certainly eliminates the question of what happened, and it's something that you might want to consider having in your car. You can use it to monitor your teenagers, like I said, or an older parent, just to see how they drive and what's going on. This device is also compatible with a piece of software called a PC player. The instructions on how to use the software are also included in the manual. It allows you to view the front-facing camera, the rear-facing camera. It also allows you to review the speed, see the map of the route, and all the information that's recorded by all the sensors that are inside of here. GPS position, map, and report functions. Here you can see I have the unit hung on the window. We're going to go for a little ride and see what it does. Here you can see the View HD. It's a program that comes on the disc that's in the camera. This is the two shots of the cameras. This is the one inside the car, which I've blacked out. This is the video of the car moving. Here you can see the car, the longitude, latitude, the time and date, the speed of the car at this point, the GPS location down to this closest foot. Here you can see the video running, and you can see it's ultra high HD, and I can assure you that the quality of the video for the inside of the car is identical, just as good. Here's the search mode where you can search for the different files on the disk, and you can load them up and it records them sequentially, so they're recorded in short pieces of film that you can easily transfer around. You can see I'm driving along. You can see the speed, the information of the trip, where the car is in this piece of film. I do recommend that you get a 32 gigabyte memory, because I can tell you that this records quite a bit of data, and you're going to easily need it to get a good record. I like this product a lot. I rated it 5 stars. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you I received a sample for testing evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one it would be fair and honest.